Even Wikipedia fell for the environmental FUD surrounding proof-of-work mining. A proposal to stop accepting cryptocurrency donations is currently under discussion. It starts with the same thin arguments that the whole mainstream media irresponsibly uses. However, it gets better and more interesting. In general, it's amazing to see both sides of the argument unfolding, even though there might be some information suppression going on. Related reading: Human Rights Foundation accepts fully open source Bitcoin donations. We'll do our best to summarize the whole thing, but people interested in the topic should take time to read it all. It's full of twists and turns. The most amazing thing about the document is that real people wrote it. Wikipedia editors are not a sample of the world's population, but they're heterogeneous enough to make the discussion interesting. The original proposal poses 3 problems with receiving cryptocurrency donations, but, in reality, we can summarize them all in the ESG FUD category. The 3 points are: accepting cryptocurrency signals endorsement of the cryptocurrency space. Cryptocurrencies may not align with the Wikimedia Foundation's commitment to environmental sustainability. We risk damaging our reputation by participating in this. It's a shame that, to try to prove. You can read more about Bitcoin's environmental impact from Columbia or Digiconomist. Even though it's widely cited, an employee of the Dutch central bank posing as a neutral journalist runs Digiconomist. That fact alone disqualifies him as a credible source. However, his data is also under question because the Digiconomist Bitcoin electricity consumption index is not being driven by real-world metrics and profitability as stated in the methodology. So, we're dealing with an intellectually dishonest individual who's presumably paid to attack the BitGo. For more information on this shady character, go to the section "The Digiconomist is Disinformation." The Columbia report is newer, but it cites outdated data and debunked studies. Like the ridiculous one that doesn't understand how POW scales, or even works, and irresponsibly claims that crypto mining could raise the Earth's temperature by 2 degrees. Columbia's main source, though, is the University of Cambridge analysis. That same organization literally said that there is currently little evidence suggesting that Bitcoin directly contributes to climate change. However, they suspiciously erased that part from their FAQ. They changed the wording and now it just contains a radical thought experiment in which all this energy comes exclusively from coal. Even under those extreme circumstances, which are far, far away from reality, the energy use would be marginal. In this worst-case scenario, the Bitcoin network would be responsible for about 111 million metric tons of carbon dioxide emissions, accounting for roughly 0.35% of the world's total yearly emissions. Under the whole thread, there's a section called Discussion moved from Proposal section. The reason is that the accounts that made them had no other editing records. What do the people proposing that those opinions should be removed argue? That they risk that both vote gaming and manipulation of discussion to introduce bias and fake Bitcoin news. Coincidentally, those low-edit accounts are the ones bringing forward the information on how bogus the original poster's sources are. Someone had to say it and they did. And the administrators removed them from the main thread. Is this really what Wikipedia is about? Luckily, other Wikipedia contributors managed to say that Bitcoin is therefore a green energy stimulus, aligned with the Wikimedia Foundation's commitment to environmental sustainability. Another user urged everyone to understand more about Bitcoin as a whole package beyond its energy footprint, negligible when compared to the cost in oil and warfare of backing the US dollar, as well as the continual exponential progress that has been made in making Bitcoin greener and greener.